What's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 14 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 29th of May, 2023 right now. I might just be a little bit out of breath right now. Had to do a couple of last minute chores as I started this stream right now. But we here right now. It is movie night right now. We're about to watch Conan the Barbarian right now. It is on Disney Plus. If you have Disney Plus, it is on DVD if you got DVD. It is on Blu-ray if you got Blu-ray, and it's probably on like Laserdisc and whatever else as well, VHS. But if you don't got none of that, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. But if you do, get it ready on zero. I'll let you know when to press play. Oof. All right, here we go. But anyway, let me switch over to the screen and then chat for you for a little bit. So, yeah, it is Monday movie night. Conan the Barbarian continuing the Arnie season into this movie. We are in the 80s now. That's where we are. We're in the 80s. We're done with the 70s. The last one we did was The Villain from 78, 79. But this is 1980. Let me get the exact year more specifically, actually. 1982, Conan the Barbarian. So we are in the 80s with the Arnold Schwarzenegger season. We're going up to, I forget which one it was actually right now, but we're going up to one of the early to mid 90s movies. I think it was True Lies, I think. So we're in the 80s now. Anyway, we're on our way. It's still in the early stages of his career, but you know, we're in the part where I would say where Arnold Schwarzenegger starts to become Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because before this, we've done some movies, he was known. This is where I feel like he really became the star, you know, like the big star from Conan the Barbarian. At least to my mind, anyway. Of course, I was a wee lad and don't remember 1982 that clearly, but to my mind, it seemed like he was this is when he was becoming. If he wasn't the big star by now, he was certainly on his. Well, clearly he was on his way to become a big star because that's what happened. But I feel like this is kind of the beginning of that big star 80s Arnold Schwarzenegger period. I mean, it was literally the first movie he did in the 80s. So this, anyway, the start of the Schwarzenegger wheel comes now. I've got something in my nose. I think it's like a nose hair or something. This feels a bit funny and awkward. All right, so. Also a little bit. It's a longer movie. It's like 2 hours and how long is this movie again? Yeah, 2 hours and 9 minutes. So it's a longer movie. So I won't dilly-dally too long before we start because I ain't trying to be here all night. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do want to chat for you for a little bit. So it's been Bank Holiday Monday today in the UK, which means most people are off work. Well, certainly a lot of people are off work on a bank holiday. Banks don't open, so there's that. And you know, it's been okay. You know, I went to the gym, did a workout, did some cardio, did some weights. It was a good session. Got a drink at Costa, so apparently because I'm a Costa Club member, well, I don't know if it's all Costa Club members. I mean, the way they kind of sent it to me, it was like it's only a few, so I don't know if all members got this. But as a Costa Club member, I got this offer to get a drink that won't be on the menu till I believe June or so, in about a month or so. Well, not even a month. A few days. Actually, no, it is a month because it was 28th of June. I think it is. I think it goes to on the main menu on 28th of June. So about a month from now. But yeah, I've got the option to try it out a bit earlier. Then you actually got that option. They sent it a while ago, but I only just managed to get a chance to try it out today. But it's pretty cool. I would say that yeah, what's it is on the main, it's called the frappe. What do you call it? Popcorn frappe. And it was a nice drink. It was a nice drink. I mean, I don't know if it's a thing to have on the regular because it's a lot of sugar in those types of drinks. So you definitely got to be careful with that. But it's definitely a nice summer drink, I think. And it was a warm day today, so it was nice to try that out on a warm day. Especially after the gym session, coming out, you know, heated in the sun, you know, so it was a nice, cool, refreshing drink. So yeah, something to look out for in Costa in the coming month or so. So sound like a damn advert right now. They should sponsor me. They should pay me for that, but oh well, it is what it is. But yeah, you know, apart from that, there's some writing, a little bit of writing for my next video for the movie channel, which is Too Fast, Too Furious. Why Too Fast, Too Furious is trash. Maybe a little over halfway of the writing of that video. But I'm pretty pleased with the way it's come along so far. I think I've read some decent stuff. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam B, the place to be. Good evening. How is you? How's your day going? How's your day been? Big up for joining this live stream. Just talking about a little bit of my day. So yeah, I was writing or did some of the writing towards my next trash video. Why Too Fast, Too Furious is trash. I think I'm about halfway through the writing, give or take. But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty pleased with what I've written so far. You know, I feel like I've got some good jokes in there and some interesting points about the movie as well. So you know, we'll see. But that be hopefully coming soon. In a couple of days, actually, on my podcast channel, the next episode is being released on Wednesday. This Wednesday, the 31st. Here's the thing about this upcoming episode. So, as I'm sure you all know, at least I hope you all know this. I don't censor the podcast. Like when we record it, no, I don't censor it. I don't edit it. You know, I let them talk. It goes unedited. I don't cut bits out. You know, it is what it is. And the reason why I do that, well, two reasons. One is that it just means less work for me to do. There is that. I ain't gonna lie. It's less work for me to do. But the other reason is that it means that you're always gonna get a genuine conversation, or at least as close to a genuine conversation as you can, as the podcast format allows in a recorded space. So what up, Dan? What is best in life? What is best in life? I guess breathing really is best. You stop breathing, everything else is over. So I guess that. But yeah, this episode I got coming up on Wednesday. So yeah, I don't edit the podcast because I want it to be genuine. I want it to be real. If we make a mistake, if I say something wrong, and I know that I've said things that weren't, you know, that I've found out later that were incorrect, and it just is what it is. I put it out there because I want it to be genuine. I'd rather be genuine and incorrect than fake my way into pretending that something I'm not. So that's the main reason I don't edit podcasts. And when I invite people who I think are going to be interested in terms of their conversation. You know, I've had people on who have various opinions on stuff about various things, and I might agree, I might disagree, and this, that, and the other. So that bit, I guess, you know, we kind of done before in previous episodes. This episode coming up, though, I will say that this was, in many ways, one of my most challenging episodes. In terms of, so the guy I invited on, he's a former YouTuber. He used to be on YouTube quite regular, maybe about 5, 6, 7 years ago. And that's how I know him. And in that time, he's kind of left YouTube and he's just, you know, posts on Twitter every now and then and things like that. And I known he was quite, I guess, extreme to some extent. Maybe not extreme is not the right word to use, but certainly he's quite far. He's quite Christian conservative with his views. Let me put it that way. I knew that he was quite Christian conservative with a lot of his views. So I thought it'd be interesting to invite him on. He could talk about, you know, YouTube career and why he left YouTube, which we did. We talked about that, and then we could talk about some of his views on like gaming in the modern world, and we did that as well. But it's just that as he was talking, like, yo, what up, Ben? As he was talking, he definitely said quite a few things that kind of caught me off guard. And because I like to let people speak, you know, and, you know, not interrupt them and things like that, I'm letting him speak, and he's saying various things where I'm like, I don't think that's true, or yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not true. And, you know, he's quite some out there things. But then by the time he gets to the end, of course, I'm trying to respond to his main point. And then, you know, I don't want to ignore the other points, but then it's, you know, you end up talking about something else, and then it has a conversation kind of moves forward, and you're not always able to bring it back. So yeah, I feel like this was definitely, in many respects, my most challenging episode that I've done. But hopefully, hopefully it's still a good episode. And but yeah, if you are gonna listen to it, which I hope you do, then yeah, be warned. There's some very out there views that were presented on the episode, and I was like, after it was done, after we're done recording, I was like, you know what, I need to start adding disclaimers on these episodes. I really need to start putting disclaimers on these episodes, like, bruh. I need to put disclaimers, but you know, it was a good chat still. It was a good chat still, and hopefully I could get him back at some point, and maybe hopefully next time I could be a bit more prepared for certain things he might say, where I could be like, well, actually, you know, and that kind of thing. But nonetheless, well, that's something for this Wednesday to look forward to. All right, then, let me catch up a little bit before we start this movie, Conan the Barbarian. Still need to watch your last one. I tend to listen when cooking, but kids are... Oh, damn. Kids, man. Kids. Stop being jerks. To crush your enemy, see them driven before you. And oh, okay. That was... I get it. My bad, Dan. That was a reference to the movie, wasn't it? I haven't seen this movie in a long time, you know. I'm sorry. I think that for the first and only time I watched it, I was like really, really young. So I barely remember anything about this movie. And to be honest, I'm not even sure if I even watched the whole movie. But I feel like I did. But certainly have not seen this for years. Probably close to like 30 plus years, maybe even 40 years. No, what? Yeah, actually, yeah, maybe even close to 40 years. I don't think I've seen this movie for now. So, been a while. Actually, no, it wouldn't be that long. Maybe somewhere between 30 and 35 years, I reckon. I would have seen this movie last. But either way, it's a long time. Either way. But we popping in and out the chat tonight. As I only just got home. Okay, no worries, no worries. Appreciate you coming through, whether you can stay for a little bit or lullabits or in itsy bitsy bits here and then. Okay, also, yeah, evening all, man, evening all. It'll be an interesting listen though. I hope so. I hope so. Overseas, often kick-ass soundtrack. Actually, to be fair, although I'm not familiar with the movie, yeah, the soundtrack, I know I've listened to that, or at least one of the songs a few times. I forget what it's called now, but I know it's by Basil Polidaris, who also did the music for RoboCop. I think it's actually just called Conan the Barbarian, the main theme. But yeah, that I know. Yeah, so yes, definitely kick-ass soundtrack. Have you had a busy day? Speaking of soundtracks and movies, though, I have a question for the group. This is my question for the group before we start this film, or even during while we start this movie. What, in your opinion, is a terrible movie, like a really bad movie? You know, whether it's boring, whether it's just not interesting, whether it just does everything wrong, just a bad movie, but has an awesome killer soundtrack. That's my question for you guys. A terrible movie, but it has an awesome soundtrack. Like, what is your thoughts on that? What film do you think fits that description? Terrible film, but an awesome soundtrack. Yo, what up, Jakes? Little Jakes in the place. My extreme views, I don't agree, but it's good conversation if you can keep it civil. Oh no, indeed, we definitely kept it civil. I felt so anyway. I mean, we didn't like to send into arguments and stuff like that. And he's a decent dude. Like I said, I've known him for a while. And so I was kind of aware that of some of his views were quite out there, but yeah, I guess I wasn't fully prepared for how out there they can get. But yeah, it's we kept it civil. So it's all good. It's all good. He definitely knows a lot about gaming, which is cool as well. Like, his knowledge about gaming definitely dwarfs mine by far. So yeah, it was good for that. Robin Hood with Sean Connery. Wait, which Robin Hood? Sean Connery. That must be. It was an old school Robin Hood. Robin Hood. I'm not sure I've seen that one, yo. Sean Connery. Oh, yes, yeah, old school from like a. Oh wait, Robin and Marion, 1976. An aging Robin Hood returns from the Crusades after 20 years to woo and win Maid Marian one last time, but she has turned into a nun and does not fully welcome his return. You know, that sounds pretty cool, actually. I might have to check that out. I can't lie, it sounds pretty cool. But apparently, it's a terrible film with an awesome soundtrack. At least I might enjoy the soundtrack. Queen of the Damned. Okay, yeah, that is a terrible film. I can't remember the soundtrack too much, but yeah, that is definitely a terrible movie. Oh yes, Ben. Oh, you know what, guys? Some of you guys were here. I'm sure most of you guys might have been here actually. If not all of you guys were here the last time. Ben was talking about Philip Schofield. Oh snap! You called it, Ben. You called it. Like, damn, man's been naughty. I've been good, man. I've been good, Jakes. I've been good. You know, went to it was a bank holiday today. Decided not to do any driving work as I normally do on Mondays. Not because it was a bank holiday. I just didn't really feel like it. I do normally work bank holidays because it doesn't bother me whether it's a bank holiday or not. But this time I was like, you know what? I just wanna. I don't. So yeah, don't do any driving work. But I did go gym, having a workout session. So yeah, pretty good day. And I got to try a Costa drink that is not on the menu yet. It won't be on the menu till late June, so that's pretty cool as well. It's a really nice drink as well, really nice drink. So yeah, look out for that in late June. It's called a frappe, popcorn frappe. Robin Hood and Prince of Thieves. You didn't like that movie though? I thought that was a pretty decent film, but yeah, that Bryan Adams song. Everything I do it for. That was a classic. I thought it was a decent film. To be fair, I've not seen it for a long ass time, but yeah, maybe my memory's a little bit faded on that one with Kevin Costner. All right, this is a longer movie, so I'm gonna get this one started. Let me switch over to this screen. So if you're not already on 0, then get it ready on 0. Because we're going to go 3, 2, 1, play. So when you're ready, if you're ready, 3, 2, 1, play. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Friedrich Nietzsche. Dino De Laurentiis. What's going on? Oh, I hear nothing. I think my audio's messed up. There we go. About you enjoying the rays, maybe collapse from shock. Spurs actually beat someone this weekend. Is that good news? Oh yeah, you support Spurs, isn't it? So yeah, that's good news. Batman Forever had a really good soundtrack in my opinion. Batman Forever. Oh, okay, that was the Val Kilmer one, wasn't it? Is that the one with Kiss from a Rose? Batman Forever. There we go. Basil Polidoris. Is that Wembley Stadium today with a friend to watch Sheffield Wednesday versus Barnsley in Football League One player final. Ah, nice, man. Night. Cool. Thanks back then. It was decent. Unfortunately, the game wasn't. I mean, I guess not every game is going to be an amazing game, right? But as long as you have a good time, nonetheless. That's the thing about, I guess, sporting events, because, like, you can't, well, I mean, you can try to, but you never know whether it's going to be an exciting game, a boring game, a regular game, if they're going to play it safe, if they're going to take chances, if they're going to score lots of goals and this and the other. You never know what's going to happen like that. So part of it is, you know, accepting that you're just going to get what you get. But yeah, hopefully, as long as you have a good time, and you say it with some friends, that's good. Forging a sword. Yeah, Hayes Barnes in Sheffield, in South Yorkshire, a decent part of Yorkshire. And like East Yorkshire, which has towns and cities like, oh, ooh, throwing shade. The shade. Ben just threw so much shade it got dark real quick. Man, look at the graphics on this. 1982 green screen. I guess back then it wasn't a good idea to actually film outside in the snow to avoid, you know, people dying of hypothermia or something. Which, you know, fair. Oh, that's little Arnie. Can't trust no one. What about this guy? You reckon you've seen most Arnie's films previously, Haze? You've been to his first game for London. I don't know about most. I guess I've seen a lot over the years. I mean, yeah, I probably have seen most at some point or other. I mean, maybe not the vast majority. I reckon I've probably seen maybe like, oh, I'd say over 50% of his films I think I've seen. I think more than 50%, but maybe not much more than 50%. You know, like 51, 52% I reckon it'd be. Which is, you know, still most, right? Here we go. This is the music I was talking about. There we go. Just a little bit of that, just so I don't get too much trouble with YouTube. It's probably best to avoid how because it's bad enough. You come through that, it will really go downhill. Sam just threw that shade right back. One of my favorite action stars, oh, for sure. I mean, between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone, practically rules the 80s. You know, and there were some other good action stars in the 80s as well. But let's be honest, like it was Schwarzenegger and Stallone were the two big dogs in the 80s as far as action goes. You know, Like, Dolph Lundgren did his thing, no doubt. You know, Bruce Willis did his thing, no doubt. But, yeah, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, like, their 80s action movies were kings. Beam, White Hart Stadium. Yeah, there is some spice of a reality show coming. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, sort of thing. And I visited the news. Oh no, yeah. Let's not forget about Jean-Claude and Chuck Norris. Though I think, to be fair though, Chuck Norris. I don't know if niche is the right way to describe it, because I feel that's certainly inaccurate to say it was niche. But he definitely made more, like he was more on the martial arts side of things, whereas Schwarzenegger and Stallone were kind of more general action. Chuck Norris kind of like stayed, you know what I mean? Actually, no, did he? Actually, no, wait a minute. Did Chuck Norris do any regular action movies? Because I feel like, to my mind, he mostly just did the martial arts action movies. You know, where, or at the very least, if they weren't strictly speaking martial arts movies, at the very least they were kind of martial arts centric. Oh, that is a massive axe in the back. And dogs ain't coming to play. Man, little Arnie watching him kill up his pups. Yeah, new stadiums, but I have to say the new stadium is incredible. Oh yeah, Cynthia Rothrock. We're gonna just speak on cheeky. That's some great action movies and some interesting thrillers. Okay. Compared to. Oh, what are they gonna do? They kill this whole village. It's just the boy and his mother left. The Emirates to watch Brazil versus Sweden game. It wasn't nice being in the pit of hell. Sitting in an enemy stadium, huh? Okay. Well, I guess on the bright side, it wasn't an Arsenal match, at least. You know. So, at least for that occasion, it was just a venue, and not necessarily Arsenal Stadium, you know what I mean? It was just a venue for that day. Just happened to have a little Arsenal branding around. Man. Got James Earl Jones, though. James Earl Jones would have been, what, 40 maybe, when this was made? Hero and the Terror is one of the interesting ones where he goes up against a beast of a psycho. Silent Rage is another interesting one. Yeah, we might have to do a Chuck Norris marathon one of these days as well. Or Chuck Norris season. Oh, mate, look at that. That's Darth Vader right there, man. Darth Mufasa. Just left the kid. Well, that's going to be a mistake. But you got to have some morals. You know, you can't be out here whiling too much. Oh, they slaved the kids. Okay. But you jumped straight in the snow after you got back. Alright, let's talk about Philip Schofield real quick, because he's been in the news a lot. Like, first of all, like I see about his brother doing some kiddie fiddling, whatever, right? And he's denouncing his brother, saying things like, "Oh, as far as I'm concerned, I have no brother," and stuff like that. Then it's like, oh, he's leaving Good Morning Britain, and he apparently is having issues with his co-host, and it's like, okay, what's this about? Then seems to be in the know, because man was like, listen, just wait, you're gonna hate this guy in a little bit, just wait. And lo and behold, turns out that Mr. Philip Schofield met somebody during their teenage years, helped them out, and then later on started messing around with these guys. That same guy, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it was a mistake, but it wasn't illegal or whatever." And it's like, I don't understand though. Here's what I don't understand: is that he's talking about I need to apologize to my wife, and all this sort of stuff. But the man already come out as gay though, right? So I'm sure his wife would have known that he's like, you know, prefers to partner rough. You know what I mean? Like, surely she knew that already. Because he came out as gay, like, what, last year? Or the year before, maybe? Or something like that. But anyway, it's like, okay. Technically, the relationship's not illegal because this guy was an adult, apparently, when they started. But here's the thing, though. I feel like there is a nuance to be noted. Like, if you... Oh, look at him. That's how you got Big and Strong just pushing that bowl around. If you meet somebody and that person is a child, and then you never see them again, right? Like, let's say, I don't know, they're 14 and you're 24 and when you met, right? But then you never see them again. Like, you don't speak to, you don't call them, they don't call you, you don't look for them, they don't look for you, you just never see them again. And then, I don't know, let's say 15 years later, that they're, what's that, 29 and you're 39. That's kind of like whatever, right? But if it's like you met them and you were part of their development, you know what I mean? Like apparently Schofield was. He was part of this guy's, like, helping him out, developing his career, all that sort of stuff. Then it's like, nah, that is off limits. That is off limits. That's like, no matter how you look at it, that is some level of grooming. That is not okay. straight in the shower, you know. How many legs do you think action movies has left? Because it seems less of these get made today. It's all superhero movies now. I think there's always gonna be action movies. I mean, I guess a lot of superhero movies now are covering various genres, from drama to action to other things as well. They're just doing it within a superhero kind of world. But in terms of, like, say, the classic style action movie, like, you know, like what Schwarzenegger was doing back in the day, yeah, I think they still got legs. I think there's always going to be room for that. But yeah, you might just get less and less because the superhero genre, or the superhero world, is just so big now. What's up with this guy's teeth? Yeah, bro, entering into the filthy uke. Filthy uke. Go to the wheel of torture where the price is right, biatch. We did an internet issue. I couldn't get what you were saying. Due to an internet issue. Men flexing testosterone is out. Men in tight suits are in. Yeah, pretty much. Dan, we're just talking about action movies and superhero. Well, the question was, do you think action movies, like the sort of classic action movies, are going to be around much longer, or do you think that they'll die out eventually, and while everything gets replaced by the superhero movie? But yeah, I mean, there have been some decent action movies made in the last few years. Like, there was one recently, I think it was last year, called oh man, I forgot what it's called, but it was a Netflix film actually with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. No, is it Chris Evans? The one that played Captain America. I think it's Chris Evans. But yeah, it was a sort of traditional style action. Well, I'll say traditional. It's set in a modern world. But yeah, it was a straight up action movie, and that was a pretty good movie. I just blanking on what it's called now. They may be another great revival of certain genres. The real question is, what will catch on the most? Yeah, I think the sort of 80s style action movies where you just have, like, you know, muscle flexing for the sake of muscle flexing, you know. You know, I don't think they're I don't think they're dead and buried. I feel like there is still space for that, but I mean, yeah, you're not going to see much of those. Oh, you know what? I might need to just in case it goes to the bottom of the screen. Oh, he's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. He's not a barbarian. He's Conan the Gentleman. But yeah, John Wick films, yeah, they're doing big numbers, and I still ain't seen the fourth one yet though. But the fifth one's been greenlit already. Yo, what up, Brex? Brex Spivvy in a place to bivvy. I think we're okay now. No, we won again. Oh, here we go. What is best in life? Man like Dan called it. I'm hoping Scott Adkins will get more recognition since he has the training and skill to be in the spotlight more. Oh, for sure, for sure. And he's been doing it for a long time. Like he's been in bare movies. Like he's done a lot of the was it the Undisputed films. He was in Expendables, like with the third one, I think. Or was it the second or third one? I think it was the second one. The one was the one with Van Damme. I think it was the second one he was in. Speaking of comic book movies and superhero movies, he's also in Doctor Strange. Okay, so in your guys' opinions, what movie revival would you like to see? Movie revival? Ooh, let's see here, let's see. You know, I want to say RoboCop. Because like the remake they did in like 2014 or whatever, it kind of felt like they had some really good ideas in there. They were just so poorly executed, and there was no real follow through on what they were doing. You know, so that and the films ended up being a complete mess of a bunch of different things going on, and none of it really coming together, or very little of it at least anyway. So I feel like RoboCop is a good movie to remake in the modern world if you could get a good script that makes sense, that has a idea, that can stick to the idea, follow it through, can maybe flesh out certain things about, you know, the bad guys and that kind of thing, and maybe make it so that it's not so cut and dry about who's a good guy, who's a bad guy, and excuse me. And of course, the whole thing about OCP and how they, you know, run the cops. I mean, how much can you do with that in a modern setting about corporations really pulling the strings behind the scenes, you know, stuff like that. Like, that film had a lot going on back in 1987, right? So I feel like a remake in 2023 could be amazing, you know, if you take some of those concepts and flesh them out with, say, more modern day style of writing. You know, I feel like you could make something really incredible doing that, but unfortunately, the remake they did, it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. That one was perfect in my opinion, and then it slowly went downhill with each sequel. Still entertaining, but no, for sure. They definitely got progressively worse as it went along. You know, like RoboCop 2 was, like you say, it was entertaining. You know what RoboCop 2 is actually? I watched that again maybe a few years ago for the and you know what I kind of realized is that RoboCop 2 is effectively a kids movie that kids are not allowed to watch. You know what I mean? It's effectively a kids movie that kids are not old enough to watch. And that's really what it is. Like, it's there's nothing there that, in terms of like a cohesive story, you know. it's just action and you know, some gore and some throwaway comments and nothing, not much anything else, and it's exciting to watch, like when you're like 10 years old or whatever. But yeah, it's like that's just, yeah, pretty much it's a kids movie that kids are not allowed to watch. Even though plenty of kids did watch it, I'm sure. I know I watched it when I was like 10 or 11 or something, so yeah. Oh, he found the big sword. Man just use his hands to dust it off like it's not going to cut him or get rusty or whatever. Just dust it off, alright. I watched it when I was probably too young for it. I think a lot of people did. I think we're of that age where you were watching like violent action movies and stuff like that, you know, rated 18, you know, or 18 in the UK at least, or the highest in highest rating in Belgium. But like, you know, you're watching these movies that you are nowhere near old to watch, but you're watching when you were like 8 years old, you know what I mean, 9 years, that sort of thing. And it was common. It was common, like, you can go to school and be like, yo, who's seen RoboCop? You know what I mean? Like, it was common. So watching horror movie, right? Watching stuff like Halloween or just some violent horror movie when you're like not even double digits yet, and you're watching some violent horror movie. It's like, yeah, we did that, man. We did that. I don't know. Do kids still do that these days? They probably do. I'm sure. I hope so. Anyway, I hope so. It's it's a good part of growth. Watching stuff that you're not old enough to watch. I mean, of course, there's limits. You know what I mean? There's limits, and certain things kids just shouldn't see. I get that, but I think if we're just talking about violent action movies, we're good. You know, wish to warm yourself on a fire. Raw. Better answer correct. I would like a Freddy revisit the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Oh wait, one sec. I might need to do this again just in case. Just in case it gets a little bit naughty on screen. But I might need to leave this off actually, just in case. I might need to leave this one off. I like Freddy revisits on Elm Street. Remake was trash. I've still never actually seen it all the way through. Oof. I feel like The Nightmare on Elm Street would be a good movie to read. I'll say this: there's probably a lot of films that would make for good remakes, right? I think the problem is that when remakes happen, they're often done by people who don't seem to know what they're doing. It took all the fun out of the original. I like the first 3 RoboCops. The third RoboCop had the flying RoboCop with the jetpack, and the 2 robots that were fighting each other, the 2 Japanese robots, and the Kanemitsu Corporation. Routine is a motorcycle. Voice, bell suit, and weapon. Watching the animated World Cup. So, oh yeah. I didn't see much of it, but boy, that was. What were they thinking? Oh, man's give it to her good by the sounds of it. Either that or she's a demon. Okay, no, she's a demon. Imagine hitting the kitty cat so deep you turn the woman into a demon, though. It's throwing for fire. I'm just saying, imagine smashing a girl so hard you turn her into a demon. Like she literally just has a metamorphosis right there. Then you gotta throw into a fire just to save yourself. It's like, damn, girl. Forget the G spot. You hit the D spot. Just turn into a demon. Just like, oh, went a bit too far. Went a bit too far. Demongasm, right? Let's go D without D. Yeah. Give it a D, she turns into a D. Give it. When you give it a D, man, she turns into a D, man. So crumb. The Riddle of Steel. That's the song. Got you there, buddy. Got you there. Alright, I think we're okay with this now. They actually remade Conan the Barbarian with Jason Momoa some years back. I ain't seen it though. Could remake Dirty Dancing and this time make Dad the hero. Right. I mean, he was right all along, just to be fair, to be honest. So, yeah. Should not be messed around with a guy twice her age. Like, bro. That girl was supposed to be a teenager, and he was like 30-something. Wait, didn't they remake Dirty Dancing actually? I swear I heard about a remake of Dirty Dancing happen. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, there was a remake in 2017. That was a TV movie. Okay, so it wasn't in a cinema or nothing. A musical reimagining of the 1987 film Dirty Dancing. Okay. There's also a Dirty Dancing TV show in 1980s, 1989, 1988 to 89. Dirty Dancing, Having a Nights in 2004. They're all sluts. Girl gets a slap and sent to her room, and a dude gets sent to prison for messing with a minor. Right, go to your room. I wonder how Dirty Dancing will be. I mean, he's probably got to dance around a shower just in case, you know. Trying to avoid some stuff. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Nope, but we're gonna put you in prison. Oh, 2 against 1. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm in the shower, it's fine until the drops of soap. Dancing in the shower. Oh. Wait a minute, I thought she said he should go first. Because I don't think he went first. Looks like he's lost, actually. Guess I didn't listen to what she said then, really. Forever? No, but rather not die in a stinky well either, you know. But those are only 2 choices: live forever or die in a stinky well. Like, come on. So nobody notices those ropes is dangling. All right. She's giving orders. Just met this girl. She's already the lead of the group. Okay, what just happened? Apparently I hit something I realized in my bad. Sorry guys. Oh wait. Just in case. Just in case. Sundial Bergman for the win. Sundial Bergman. Is that a composer? An actor? Oh, it's an actress. Valeria in this movie. The bossy lady. That's a snake. That would be my cue to leave. That was a big snake though, wasn't it? Oh, don't get distracted. He's getting distracted. And he's remembering. Uh-oh. That's a massive snake. Yo. Killed it quick though. And he silenced it as well. Beautiful and deadly. That's what she said. Poor snake. Yeah, look at a big, massive. They didn't stand a chance. I mean, come on, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was never a fair fight. And this woman just like. What's she gonna do? Gonna make her jump in the pit. Now they see them. Dark screen under that screen, just saying. Oh yeah, I had to take it off for a second just because they had some things on the TV on the show on the. There's some things that's well best not show on YouTube. So I just took it off for a little bit, but I think we should be okay for a little bit now. I think we is okay for a little bit. And see, so sensitive when it comes to that. You know, the rules are kind of weird with YouTube, right? Because it says that, you know, nudity is not allowed, right? But then it seems to me, and I'm sure other people notice as well, that there are circumstances where they let it slide. And I know they say things like if it's educational, then things like that, then it might be a bit more lenient. Well, okay. But even in the realms of where it's not educational and it is, say, more, say, entertainment, and it seems like, okay, so some people are allowed, but everyone else isn't. Now, on one hand, I don't really care what the rules are because at the end of the day, it's like, look, it's their platform; they can do what they want. You know, I get that's kind of my general attitude. But it'd be nice if they were consistently applying those rules to everyone, and you know, not letting like some people skate those rules just because maybe they're super famous or whatever. And it's like, oh wait, might need to take this off again, just in case. Ooh. I know, right? You know, there seems to be one rule for us, one rule for them, and it's like, okay. And if they're going to say, look, okay, the only exceptions we make are for such and such and such and such, then fine, then yeah, just be clear with that. You know, just be clear that there are certain exceptions that you make. But they don't. But it's like they tell you these are what the rules, these are what everyone has to follow, but then not everybody follows them, and it seems to be fine. All right. All right. All right. I think Schwarzenegger's learned his lesson. Don't go so deep this time. That way she won't turn into a demon. Okay, I've seen terms and conditions which makes uploads. No, for sure. And they say things like when you're, you know, you have to rate your own videos, and it would say things like, is there swearing within the first 30 seconds or whatever, right? And like, okay, no, there isn't. There might be some swearing, I don't know, like 2 minutes into the video, but it's not within the first 30 seconds. But they'll still come back and say something like, oh yeah, that has to go into their, you know, adult category or whatever. And it's like, dude, what are the rules? Like, what are actually the rules? And again, for me, it's like, I don't care what the rules are. Just be clear, be consistent. I mean, because the bottom line is, I'm going to put whatever videos I want to put out anyway, regardless. I'm not necessarily looking to change what I do based on what YouTube say. You know, I mean, of course, as long as it's not illegal, then I ain't saying that. But at the same time, it's like, yo, can you be consistent? Right in a bowl of cereal. Or the porridge. Well, which is cereal still, but. they tried. Hey, that's Maxwell Sido. I follow the rules, but when they claim the gray zone and beat around the bush so much, it's to the viewer to dictate, and it becomes a slippery. Yeah, for sure. You guys ever had a moment where you know someone and you realize they don't know you at all? Do you mean like someone that's in your life, or somebody at work? I guess there's been, times where maybe speaking to somebody and you kind of realize that they don't really know that much about you, even though you've kind of known them for a while. And it's not like you haven't told them or anything, or you haven't had conversations. They just don't seem to either be paying attention, or, you know what I mean, or whatever it is. It's like, so yeah, I guess I've had that kind of experience. Well, he's got a job for them and a big payday. Yeah, someone I know personally, this person messaged me a band to listen. He was like, trust me, I know you will love them. So I said, give me a song. So he did. I listened, and it was like, what on earth would make you think I was like this? Oh, he did a wrong one. What did he send you, like Baby Shark or something? So remember this lady that treated me like she in school, and years later I saw her, and I saw her I was working, so I said hi to see her response. She had no idea who I was. Oof. Maybe he's saying the Justin Bieber song. Hey, Justin Bieber's pretty cool though, I ain't gonna lie. He's got some good songs. His old stuff maybe not so much, but his newer stuff, he's alright, you know. He's got some good songs. I can't be hating on Justin Bieber. He's got some good stuff. One called Werewolf by Motionless in White. I feel like I want to hear that song just to hear how bad it is now. Werewolf by Motionless in White. Alright, I got it. I want to spit now though, but I got it. You're gonna do this job. Well, while they decide, I need to take just a quick little break. So I'm going to hit pause on this movie. So get ready to hit the pause button. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, pause. 3, 2, 1, pause. Alright, so I'm just going to take a quick little break. Should be back in a few minutes. It wasn't a terrible song, but it definitely wasn't for me. I mean, it's got a cool name though, Werewolf. But yeah, we'll check that out. But yeah, back in a few minutes. So if you could hang around, that'd be awesome. And I can find the right button. I should see you in a little bit. Alright, be right back. Okay, so for the next 5 minutes, Sam identifies as a Bieber fan. All right, cool. So that was at 9:35. It's 9:36 now, so we've got about 4 minutes left of Sam being a Bieber fan. Cool. A believer. Sam is a believer for the next 4 minutes. Well, good to know. Good to know. All right, then. Let's restart this move. Well, not restart it. Let's replay this move. Not replay it. Let's press play from where we press pause. We're going to 3, 2, 1, play. And then 3, 2, 1, play. Schwarzenegger looking at the medallion he stole. No, though. I mean, yeah, Justin Bieber does have some pretty decent songs. Oh, well, we're going to have to take this off again. Is she, oh, no, I think she's, no, okay. I think we're okay, but I might have to leave this off, you know. This movie might have a lot of stuff going on. So maybe let's just leave it off. But yeah, Bieber, he's got some, like some of his more recent songs in the last maybe couple of years or so has been pretty decent. And I think a big part of it is just him as a person and all the things he's kind of been through in his life, and you know, maturing and allowing that to come through in his songwriting more. And I feel like some of his more recent stuff has just been more heartfelt, been more kind of emotional, you know, things like that. And yeah, I kind of think his more recent stuff, you know. This is very different to his old school, fresh on the scene of Bieber stuff. Girls in the naughty corner. The children of Doom. Doom's children. Okay. I don't think you need to say that twice, though. I wonder if Schwarzenegger really can ride a horse. I mean, I kind of assume that he can. But you know that horse must be struggling. This guy, though, thought because I listen to a lot of hard rock and metal, I like Motionless in White. I guess we have different ideas of metal. I guess Motionless in White aren't that heavy by the sounds of it. I mean, I haven't listened to it yet, but He's Malcolm on my top characters. Into it a bit, but it's not bad, but not my style. Yeah, I think when it comes to music though, I'm probably about as hard and as easy to recommend for, in a sense that I feel like I'm probably a hard person to recommend for because like I listen to a lot of different styles of music and it'd be difficult to kind of figure out what I might like. But then I'm also quite easy to recommend for because I listen to a lot of different styles of music. So I'm probably going to like something within a particular genre. Oh, let's see. I need to hear the drums. I need guitar riffs. I need that beat to drop. That song recommended had none of that. Oof. Just kept going with just as a build up with no payoff. That's kind of mad when songs do that though, isn't it? When they have this like build up to something and it keeps building up and building up, and you just kind of like, okay, what are we building up to? Like you're still just building up, building up, building up, building up, building up, building up, and there's no beat drop, and it's like there's no like crescendo, nothing. It's just like building up, building up, building up, building up, rising, 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 build up, build. I was like, okay, where is this going? It's giving that, was it close? Man, just start touching me up though. How do you expect to reach emptiness without knowing your own body? That sounds like a metaphor now, doesn't it? There's a... Just stole the guy's clothes. I mean, he did touch him up, so it makes sense. Wasn't even a bill that all just sounded the same all the way through. I mean, it was fine if that's what you like, but Ain't for me. Don't know why he thought it would be. How well do you know this guy? Like, is he somebody he speaks on a regular basis? Or is he more like a once in a while type friend? On the occasion, on the odd occasion. Oh, man. Where's he gonna hide his sword though? Well, he used to be besties with Al. And he started talking to me a lot because for some reason he seems to think we have music in common. Well, I guess that's not the case. Wait, so he used to be best friends with L. Was that before L, you know, said she was an L? Maybe he was thinking like, well, if the daughter's off limits, gotta watch out for these guys. Oh, wait, got him. They got him. Oh, they beat him up good. They met in college and they used to be best friends. He was overly needy. She took a step back, but he talks to me sometimes. He is gay. Oh, so he says. I question it sometimes. Okay. Hey, some guys pretend. I'm sure you guys. I'm sure you guys know this, but yeah, some guys will pretend. So this is like what? 20, 30 years later. And James Earl Jones has not aged a day. Oh, must have been when I was younger. Just like that. Man, this guy's cruel. But if he's gay, though, he definitely has to have better taste in music. Like, I feel like that's kind of a giveaway. That he probably isn't gay. He should have better taste in music. If he is. So apparently what happens during a crucifixion, I can't remember the exact description, but effectively like your lungs get compressed or something like that anyway, and it just makes it very difficult to breathe. And eventually you just can't breathe, you know. You just have like this for such a long time that eventually your lungs are going to find it difficult to push blood around and breathe and all that sort of stuff. And that's a part of what kills you, just that suffocation. But of course, someone's looking good just bite an eagle's neck. So yeah, man's nailed to a tree though. Oof. They're not even through the hands. I feel like they nailed it. Looks like they nailed it through his wrists and his ankles. That's gotta hurt. He took it personal. Oof. Nah, he ain't gay. He ain't gay. I mean, first of all, if he was gay, he wouldn't have got the recommendation wrong in the first place. And if he did get it wrong, he'd be like, you know, I'll just try again next time, innit? you now? Will you pay that heavy toll? It wasn't a mirage. They did save him. Is she wearing jeans? It's drawn all over his face. But they're not going to offer the girl any. This girl ain't playing though. No, that wizard shook. Those are some pretty cool effects, actually. Black and white point of view. That's what he took personal. Into Destin. Well, I got confused there. Black and white point of view. Like, you mean like either is or it isn't? Like he's either gay or he's not point of view. Did the spirits win? Only a Sith thinks in absolutes. Well, is that absolutely true? My phone must not be showing. Okay. So before he took it personally, the last comment I see from you is about you saying you question whether he's gay sometimes. So if there was something after that and before he took it personal, yeah, it's not showing. Sorry. Wait a minute, it might be showing on my other. Let me just 1 sec. This was just a kid. Went to college, understand why he likes to dress up in drag. I said, why do you let it affect you? Yeah, I think it's showing. It's not showing on my chat window. Well, I think it is showing on the stream chat. So I'm gonna. Ooh, that's the wrong one. I think it is shown on the stream chat. So I'm trying to read it from that. Okay, no, it's gone now. It's gone. But yeah, I've also saw some of it on the stream chat about an autistic kid in drag, and shouldn't bother people, shouldn't bother him. But yeah, that's all I saw. Sorry, it didn't show up on my chat box. So I didn't see it right away. I'm sorry, Sam. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do I have the right settings? Okay, I think I've seen it now. I think I've seen it now. What didn't understand why he wanted to dress up in drag. I said, why do you let it affect you? And I tried to explain how autistic people have a very black and white point of view. Don't take it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. Yeah, sorry, Sam. I just had one of the settings not set properly, so it didn't show up right away. My bad. My bad. Yeah, with the coming of the show, yeah. I don't know why YouTube even does that. Like, why it even has an option to not show comments. It's like, bruh. Because it has two options. One says top chat, and the other says live chat. And I have to keep remembering to put it on live chat each and every time, because it resets to top chat for some reason, and top chat doesn't share everything. So I have to keep remembering to reset it to live chat. I just forgot to change it to live chat. I'm not sure how much that means to anybody, but yeah. YouTube be bugging. I blame YT indeed. It's all their fault. Oh, they're getting ready to go to war. Maybe if I was being transphobic. Maybe. YouTube be like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's why you can't let AI just take over stuff. I'm not even close to being ready. Wait a minute. Oh, it's gonna be hard carrying those big heavy things around the cave though. With that heat. Oh, wait. Now we've got to... Before that shows... It's like a whole session going on. And these guys are blind. They got, well, one of them is, and one's got his eyes covered. You can't see all that going on like raw. Was that a leak? Yeah, though, like, how do you be like an actor in some of these scenes where you just have to be like all close up and everything? It's like, there must be just bare boners going on, man. And this guy's gonna sit there with a straight face. They probably filmed his face without everybody in the room just to just to make sure they can get the scene. Yeah, we just do your close up with nobody in the room, and we cut it to make it look like you're there. Shape shifting. I could have said more to him, to be honest. I actually felt like he was being ignorant to autistic people, because you can't just expect them to be okay with something they have no understanding of. But I expected his feelings. I mean, yeah, if he knew the kid was autistic, I mean, I guess, to be fair, not everybody knows everything about autism. Well, of course, right, we get that. But at the same time, you should, I think, by now have a decent enough understanding that even if you don't necessarily have a lot of experience with autistic people, you should be able to understand that the way they see the world and the way they sort of think about things is going to be vastly different to how most other people do. And just from that alone, it could be like, okay, you can't have, like you say, you can't have the expectation that they're going to see the world the same way you do. Matter of fact, I'll say like most people won't necessarily see the world the same way you do, like autistic or not. That's just an unrealistic expectation to have, I think, in general. So sometimes conversations with certain people could be frustrating because they seem to have like an expectation that you should know everything that they're talking about, and it's like, well, no, why would I? Like, why would I? There was a hand in that soup. Oof. Neck cut. Slice him up real good. Oh, off with his head. He didn't kill the woman though, that's sexist. Man, these guys going off to everyone though. Well, apart from the women. Perceptions may vary indeed. But I don't know, have you ever had a conversation with somebody and you ask them a question and they take the question as an insult, as if like, just ask the question, they feel like you're being disrespectful or something just by asking the question. And it's like, no, I'm asking the question because I don't know, you know? But they take it as some kind of disrespect towards them. Being there, And it's like, look, I'm asking the question because I don't know. I'm not... Like, if the expectation is that everybody's supposed to understand, you know, everything, then it's like, well, that's clearly unrealistic and serves no way to have a decent conversation, which just means more people won't actually understand what's going on or what you're going through. He's going to fight the guy from Black Sabbath. Is it Black Sabbath? No, not Black Sabbath. What's the one that Lemmy was in? They broke up the whole place. To be honest, that's the one thing that puts me off letting. So if you have a YouTube account, because she is so to the point and no filter, people who don't understand her will go for her. Also said something and the other person misinterpreted in a way where it became the worst rendition and not even close to what I said. Is a YouTube account something that Sophie wants to do? Well, I guess when you're a kid you want to do everything, but maybe when she's a little older, like 18, 19, 20. And maybe a bit more prepared for certain things. She wants to do gaming on YouTube. That could be pretty cool though. But yeah, I mean, the gaming community, to be fair, could be well, let's just say toxic and not always understanding of certain things. I mean, it's definitely people who are, say, a bit more aware and a bit more sort of cognizant, you know. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not the majority. Well, I don't know if that's the majority or not, but certainly not the vocal majority. Can be special. But yeah, it's like I feel like with I don't know, some people just seem to hear what they like. They have an idea. I guess they have an idea of what you're like and what type of person you are. So no matter what you say, what you say, whether you ask them a question or you just make a statement, they assume you mean something really bad by it. And you're just like, why do that? Why do that? No, she got hit by the snake arrow. With a friend, everyone. I personally love that, but don't know something about that, but not a lot of people will. Maybe one day you can do like a trial run, like maybe set up like a dummy YouTube account, put up one video, 1 or 2 videos, see what the response is, and then kind of decide from there. But maybe keep like her face out of it and just like have some of the things that she says on it. And then no matter what happens, you just get rid of that channel. Whether it, whether people like it or they don't like, whatever, you just get rid of that channel eventually. You're like, okay, that's a trial of what could potentially happen. Then you got a better idea of what to expect and what to prepare her for when it's time for her to go do it properly. Oh, speaking of Schwarzenegger, by the way, he's got a new TV show on Netflix. I think it's just dropped. It's called Fubar. It's a series. I thought it was a movie, but it's actually a series. Yeah, she's a little older, indeed. Yeah, it's called Fubar. It's 8 episodes long. I ain't know too much about it, but I mean, it's Schwarzenegger, so. Fubar. He won't cry, so I cry for him. I heard about Fubar, yeah. I heard about, I was advertising it, I think a little while back, and I thought it was a movie, but it is actually a series. And to my mind, has Arnold Schwarzenegger done a series before? I think he's only ever done movies. I mean, I'm sure he's appeared in like a TV episode here and there, but has he actually done like a series like this, like starred in a TV series, any kind of series? I think this might be the first one, you know. All I know is the abbreviation, and that it's a series starring Arnold. Yeah. He used to do TV. Okay, he has done TV shows. Okay, cool. I mean, TV series before. Okay, cool. This is not the first time for Schwarzenegger. Oh. Oh. There's a whole girl being crucified behind him and he's not even paying attention. EVGA days. Yeah, I guess not so much now. Well, don't want right now, but. Here we get the muscle shots. Guess the final battle's about to happen. Got a whole cavalcade. Is that the right word? Cavalcade? I got a whole army. Let's stick to words I know. This woman's still hanging on the crucifix. That's a big weapon though. It's probably useless too. Kind of a weird way of praying, but alright, alright. Get an X weapon. Took myself 15. Offensive. Was going out. The other week, got all dressed up, so Sophie took one look at her, told her she looked pregnant, so Elle changed her clothes. Oof. Did she look pregnant though? Imagine that though. Well, I guess you don't even have to imagine it happened. Getting all dressed up, thinking, yeah, man. Oh wait, that's the girl that they stole, wasn't it? Wait, did they steal a girl? But they steal a girl, didn't they? Well, you're getting all dressed up, thinking, yeah, man. Looking good, looking fly, fresh strip. It's like, you look pregnant. No, she didn't. It was very slim. She bloats slightly when she eats. That's what it was. Oof. Wasn't the clothes then, I guess. Oh man, that's funny though. Oof, look at that trap. Too eager. Force Ghost. Well, Tim would have gone, but I'll change the whole outfit because of a 10-year-old. I mean, sometimes I think you just gotta. She might be 10, but just saying, sometimes. They say the things a lot of us wouldn't. We'll just think it. They say it. But yeah. He saved there. After they captured her and strung her up, now he saves her. Makes sense. Oh, buddy. Doom. I mean, the guy's named Doom. Of course, he's not going to be a good leader. Like, why would you follow a guy called Doom? Not even MF Doom, just Doom. Ain't no all caps with this guy. It's just Doom. It's regular Doom. And they follow this guy. Like, come on now. Think about it. Think about it. You're gonna make me yawn. Yawn and be contagious. There was one time we were one of us. Oh, one sec. We'll have to turn this off again just in case. No, it was one of us. I was wearing a top and my bra strap for this night. The selfish shouted, "Oh, I packed bus. I wasn't wearing a bra." Very unwanted attention. Oof. Well, yeah. Everybody suddenly starts looking over, peeking over people's shoulders and that. What's going on here? He's not wearing a bra. Let me see what I can see. Oh, he's come for doom. He's in the mood for doom. Peaceful. Oof. Right in the neck. Finish him off though. Oh yeah, you're gonna hack at him. All the way off. There you go. Is this your hero? Now, playing zero. I know that's not till much later, but still. Sword drop. Man. Excuse me. Yeah, they don't want to follow. They're not following. They're not that loyal to Doom. Where it sorts of it. It's like giving up already. Like, hey, leader just get killed in front of you, and one of them are like, maybe we should avenge this guy's death. Apparently, that's what happens when you're a crappy leader. People don't want to avenge your death. Makes sense. Maybe don't make girls jump off cliffs just to prove a point. Oof. Man. Oof. Oh, that was the time she wanted to push an old man over. Okay, hold on a second. Let's push the old man over because he was in front of us in the queue. All the time she told off a woman for eating a sausage roll on the bus. All the time she called the woman. Called a woman who worked in a shop stupid because she was stacking the shelf and not behind the till. Awful. That's mean. Oh man. Oh wow. Well, I don't know. Maybe not mean is the right word to use. But yeah, that must have hurt though still. That must have hurt to hear it. Like, yo, wait a minute. But pushing the old man over because he was in front of, I mean, to be honest, that just kind of makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense. I mean, it's a bit cruel, but yeah, it makes sense. I get that. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm saying I get it. I get it. And yeah, it shouldn't be eating on the bus. They have the signs up saying no eating. The woman needs Sophie, so it was okay, but still, and so he kidnaps the woman, ties her up. It was actually the other guy that saved their life, really. And then he gets the girl at the end. Man. Movies, man. Oh wait, I remember now. They didn't tie her up. It was the other guys that. Yeah. I got confused a little bit. I got confused a little bit. They weren't the ones that tied her up, but yeah, it was the other guy that saved her life. I just got a little bit confused. That makes sense now. That makes sense now. But yeah, I got a little confused. Just a little confused, but we good. We good. All right, but that was Conan the Barbarian from 1982. That was a decent film. I like that. I like that. The first of Arnold Schwarzenegger's 80s classics, Conan the Barbarian. So after this, not next week, but after this is Conan the Destroyer. That's the next in the Arnold Schwarzenegger series, so not next week. But a week following that, Conan the Destroyer. Let me just see where that is. That was 1984. Is there anywhere I can watch that online? It doesn't look like there is, you know. It doesn't look like there is. Alright, so it might not be Conan the Destroyer, just in case I can't find somewhere I can watch it online. But I'll look into that. If it's not, if I can't find somewhere to watch it online, then it's going to be The Terminator next. I'm going to have to skip past one. And that's available on Amazon and all the rest of it. But yeah, Conan the Destroyer, unless I can't find a place to watch it online. And if not, then it's The Terminator. Either way, it should be in a couple of weeks, so hope we be able to give you guys a bit of a heads up before then. There was a time it was sitting on the bus and a few teenagers were saying, yeah, I was having a conversation, so he looked at them what I had to discuss and said, not to me having, no, so not to me, who has them talking stupid, and yes, they heard, oof. How did they react to that? They, I'm guessing, well, I'm guessing they probably don't like that too much. But then I guess when you see it's a kid, you kind of like have to allow it. Once you see it's a kid, you just gotta allow it. Be like, you know what, whatever. It's not what you can do, because once you see it's a child, it's like, you know what, we just have to allow it. Yeah, Conan the Barbarian. That was a pretty decent film, though. Like I said, I don't think I've seen it for many, many years, and I really don't remember if I even watched it the whole way through the first time. But I've definitely watched it now, at least. That much I can say. At the very least, I've watched it now, and it was a decent flick. You know, very much of that time. You know, the kind of revenge story, and but I guess the revenge story kind of tied in with the whole thing with the other guy trying to get his daughter back as well, so it kind of mixed in. Of course, it wasn't surprising that the same guy stole that guy's daughter was the same guy that killed his mother and father. I kind of like feel like they dropped the ball a little bit, though, just in the sense that it was the same person, and I feel like there maybe was. They maybe could have explored a more interesting ways at how Schwarzenegger's character gets back to finding out what happened with his parents and who's responsible for that. You know, like haunted by the memories of it, but not necessarily knowing who exactly it was and how to get to them. But I don't know. I mean, it was you can't really complain too much about that sort of stuff. That's minor nitpicking, which I know I like to nitpick movies. That's kind of what I do. But at the same time, you've got to accept where a movie's still a decent film, regardless of whether it could have done this or could have done that. But yeah, pretty cool film. Like Dan was saying earlier, it's a really cool soundtrack. Basil Polidaris did a soundtrack, the OST on this particular one. And yeah, definitely has some killer tunes on it. So one to check out, man. One to check out. Just looked and carried on, yeah. Yeah, you gotta allow it. You gotta allow it. Once you see it's a child, it's like, you know what? you can't really be acting big and tough and whatever when a child says something. It's like at that point, it's just allow it. Allow it. Just, you know what? Just let it go. Like the song says, let it go, let it go. Can't hold it in anymore. Let it go, let it go. Oh, wow. Oof. One be getting tired, man. One be getting tired. Yeah, I was actually working all day, all Saturday and Sunday. And I was out pretty late on Sunday. I did sleep in, so I did get quite a bit of rest. But I guess, yeah, it's just the day. It's just the day catching up with me. My arms are kind of feeling off from earlier. But we good, we good. We good. Tomorrow it's the X-Files tomorrow. And just trying to figure out where we is at with X-Files. There we go. Season 2, episode 7. So it's 7, 8, 9 tomorrow. 7, 8, 9. And with that done tomorrow, then we'd be almost halfway through the season, actually. Almost halfway through the season. I think the following week would be, what, 10, 11, 12, right? So the following week would be halfway. So yeah, we're almost halfway. Then the following week it's halfway. And then as we approach the end of that season, we'll figure out what we do next after that. So for you. Oh, life ain't ever dull. Yeah, that's going to be tough at times though when you do come across people who maybe, you know, don't know what's about, you know, the autism, and, you know, she might be saying something that could be easily taken as being hurtful and that kind of thing, and because they don't necessarily know, it's kind of like, wait a minute. And of course, yeah, you see it's a child and everything else, which somewhat lessens the impact, regardless of, you know, whether it's you know, autism or not. Just seeing it as a child is going to somewhat lessen the impact, but at the same time, it's like, it's still something, and unless you know that this is what it is, you know, then maybe you can take it off. Maybe that kind of takes the impact off completely. But when you don't know it's there, that's kind of like, okay, it's a child, but at the same time, they said something that, and then you got to explain what's going on and, you know, apologize on her behalf and not on that whole thing. We're like, this is what's happening, and that's gonna be tough. It can be, but you get used to it. Oh, man. Oh, man, excuse me. First. Oh, yeah. Hey, like you say, life is never dull. You gotta find the joy in things, and it's not always obvious, but you gotta find it. Not always easy, but you gotta find it, man. You gotta find it. First time was the first time she saw it back there. She just had to point it out. She was excited though. He was cool about it. Now it is white Romanian though wasn't. Oof. White guy getting offended on the black guy's behalf. Well, a white Romanian white woman getting offended on the black person's behalf. Yeah. But that's a remake of a movie that they keep remaking, isn't it? That's a movie that just won't stop remaking. White woman gets offended on the black person's behalf over something the black person wasn't even offended about in the first place. They keep remaking that movie, like bloody hell. Who's a real racist? It's I mean, I say it's funny, but it's not funny. It's I guess it's more sad, but it's kind of funny. When those sorts of things happen, when it's like somebody's offended for you. And look, I guess I could understand that, you know, people could be really sensitive and people are worried about, you know, how things can look and that kind of stuff. But, you know, maybe read the room. You know what I mean? Maybe just read the room. Like if somebody seems to be okay with something and they're showing no signs of being upset or anything like that, then maybe just let it go. Like you don't have to step in. Just let it go. Like maybe you thought it was a bad situation. Maybe you thought it was rude and this and the other. But once you can see that somebody, the person who's actually involved seems to be okay, maybe just let it go. You know what I mean? You don't have to involve yourself with every single situation. You just let it go. Like some things you can just let go. I think sometimes people feel the need to prove how not racist they are. You know what I mean? They feel the need to prove how down with the how down for the cause they are. How hip they are. They need to prove it. Like, bruh. Like I was saying before, just don't be an arsehole. That's all you gotta do. Just don't be an arsehole. You don't have to defend this and stick up for that. There may be times where your help is needed, and if those times arrive, I'm sure somebody will ask you. If not, it's cool. Just like, read the room. You know, read the room. Read the room. There was I guess a similar sort of thing on Twitter. I think it was like a couple of years ago, but the legendary singer Dionne Warwick joined Twitter some years back, and a lot of people refer to her as Auntie, you know, as a sort of term of respect, you know, Auntie Dion. And one white lady, you know, saw that people call her Auntie, and just thought, you know, I guess it's okay to call her Auntie. So she, you know, refers to as Auntie Dion. And then there's another person, a black lady, I think. To myself, I didn't really see the picture, but I kind of assumed it was a black lady. Anyway, this other person kind of gets involved and starts saying how, you know, how racist it is to for you as a white person to call her Auntie Dion, and she starts talking about you know, like back in like the days of the mammy and things like that, and how they would be called Auntie, and so this lady was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just saw people saying this, I thought it was okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody. And like it got pretty bad at people just piling on at her. And then Dionne Warwick, the person who was actually referred to as Auntie by this white lady, just said, it's okay, guys, like, it's not a problem. Anybody can call me Auntie if they want to, it's not a problem. But it's like, yo, getting offended on behalf of somebody else when that person wasn't offended at all, didn't ask for your help, never made any signs that there's a problem, you decided to jump in and get all mad at somebody and make him feel bad over something that clearly didn't even do wrong in the first place. But yeah, the world be like that. The world be like that. Well, some people in the world at least anyway. Actually, it meant no harm, though it was something new to her and she was excited. Yeah. Nothing more stupid than people. Well, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Oh man, what's that movie? I think it's Men in Black. One of the Men in Black films. I think the first one, where he says, "A person is smart, people are stupid." That is probably the truest quote I'd ever heard. A person is smart, people are stupid. Though to be fair, a lot of persons are stupid too, I'm just saying. A lot of persons out there be stupid too. Yo, Ben's back. How you doing, Ben? We just finished the movie Conan the Barbarian. It was a decent flick. Arnie's first 80s movie from 1982. Tomorrow it's the X-Files. Next week, Monday, is a movie I haven't picked yet. I'll try and let you know during the week if I remember to let you know. I seem to be forgetting to post it. I ain't gonna lie. I think the last few times I've been forgetting to post which movie it is. So hopefully I actually remember this time round. But if not, it'd be a surprise. But then yeah, the following week it's back to the Arnie season with either, what is it, Conan the Destroyer, if I could find somewhere to watch it, or if not, then it's the Terminator. Might have to skip one. We'll see. And do you have a short list of movies to choose from? I do actually. I should probably consult that more often, but I think I do pick movies from that list. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a short list of movies. Oh, Candyman 3 is on the list. And we did watch Candyman 1 and 2 already. How many Candyman movies are there? There's like 4 or 5, I think, aren't there? Okay, well, there's 3 really, but 4 if you can't count the one that doesn't get counted. But yeah, we watched Candyman a little while ago. We watched Candyman 2, I think, a few months back. So yeah, maybe it's time for Candyman 3. Let me just say it now. Candyman 3. Oh wait, one sec. Is Candyman 3 available to watch online? Yeah, is it? It's cool. So yeah, let's say it now. Candyman 3 next week. That's the plan for next week. Candyman 3. It's available on Amazon and all those other sorts of places. You can buy it or rent it if you want to, but you don't got to do that. You still come along and have some fun. But yeah, Candyman 3 for next week from 1999, the 3rd and final Candyman movie, until they sort of pseudo rebooted it with that movie that was it's alright, but for context, we had a long-lived back in home. All is very multicultural. The only Kent wasn't, and she didn't watch the TV, just a number of blocks on a tablet. So understanding of people just wasn't there. Yeah. I feel like I would have loved to have been there though, like when stuff like that happens. Like, wow, I've heard of you, but I ain't never seen you before. But I guess it was a good thing she was excited though. Like, I mean, imagine it would have been a lot worse if she said something like, I don't know, like, so is it true that God left you in the oven too long? I would have been like, uh-oh. Maybe the Romanian lady would have been right to get involved at that point. It's like, so yeah. Good fish was excited about it. He was like, alright, cool. No problem, little one. It's all good. Stay blessed, stay blessed. God bless the 90s indeed, man. It's a good era, man. It's a good era. 90s, that was my time, man. That was my peak. Actually, no. Let me not say that. It wasn't my peak. I'll say, I'll say it was my peak in terms of new experiences. Not to say that, of course, I had plenty of new experiences after the 90s and even still till now. But I think, like, in terms of being sort of teenage years throughout the 90s, you know, well, a lot of things are new, put it that way. A lot of things are new to you. I mean, a lot of things are new, of course, when you're young. I mean, pretty much everything is new when you're like a kid. But that kind of period of time, because I was starting secondary school in the early 90s. I was finishing secondary school by the late 90s. So very much like that was my school period. And it just fit all into that 10-year block. So yeah, a lot of new experiences, a lot of just like realizing stuff about myself and things that I still do now. A lot of I can trace back to sometime during the 90s, you know. So it's like, yeah, it was a good period, man. It was a good period. Would you say the 90s was your favorite decade? I don't have a favorite decade. Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't say favorite. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I definitely have a lot of fond memories of that happened during the 90s. And I guess in that regards, you could say it's a favorite in a sense of like, just because so many cool things happened, even though, to be fair, I didn't always realize there were cool things at the time. But that being said, I've done lots of cool things after the 90s as well. So yeah, I don't know if I'd say favorite, but definitely a lot of fond memories in the 90s for sure. A lot of fond memories. She has also come so far. Oh right, that's right. Yeah, she's a Muslim. Sophie Muslim. Habibi. Not Habibat, rather. Habibat, sorry, sir. Habibat for a lady, for let's say Habibat. Habibat Sophie. Habibat Sophie. Yeah. No, I didn't actually. To be honest, I forgot to search, but I forgot to keep searching. But no, I didn't. But yeah, it's I don't think I'm gonna find this person. I'm guessing she doesn't have much of a social profile, and if she does, it's probably buried way down deep. But no, I didn't find her. So I can't confirm if it's the one that I'm thinking of, but yeah, I think it just might be. It just might be. It just might be, but yeah, not one I could confirm. Just searching again real quick while we is here. But yeah, she's either not on social media or yeah, just buried down deep. This guy, so we think she is a Muslim because she doesn't drink alcohol. Yeah. I mean, she's kind of part way there, though, to be fair. Just part way there. Oh, so I missed a bit. Some of the most amazing movies are from different decades, no, for sure. What's my favorite movie? All-time favorite movie. I have a few favorites, but I tend to say Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but yeah, I have a few favorites. I mean, RoboCop is going to be in there. You know, Rain Man. I mean, there's loads. Here's the thing. The way I define favorite though is like, I feel like there's a difference between something being your favorite and then something being the best. I feel like there's a difference. Like, your favorite is just like completely personal to you. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a good film or anything like that. It's just something that on a personal level gets you. You know what I mean? Like, something, maybe you saw it as a kid, or it was the first movie you saw with your parents in the cinema. You know what I mean? Something like there's some kind of personal attachment to things that are your favorite. And it doesn't necessarily, it may not be, like I say, it may not necessarily be a good film. It may be an absolutely terrible film, but just because it has such a strong personal connection, you have such strong personal connection with it, it's your favorite. You know, so I feel like favorite and best are two different things. So yeah, favorite movies would be things like, yeah, Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, RoboCop, Rain Man. I just mentioned those already. I'm sure there's a few others that I'm not even thinking of right now. But in terms of best movies, yeah, I feel like that's a different list, because that list I'm talking about films that I think are like good quality, well made, great story, all that kind of stuff. You know, they might not be my favorite movies because I might not have as much of a personal connection with them, but you know, those are what I would call, say, the good best movies. So yeah, that was an explanation nobody asked for, by the way, but there you go. There you go. Oh, the Big Boss, yes. Bruce Lee, nice. interesting to listen to your video from a few months ago. Hey, it's been so. I appreciate that, Ben. Thank you. She doesn't drink alcohol because she's 10, but she does look enough stuff and read about himself because she doesn't drink and so they can make some Muslim. You can actually, under UK law, drink alcohol from 5 years old, though only in your house and under parental supervision. But yeah, that is actually a UK law. Like from 5 years old, you can drink alcohol, but only in your home with parental supervision. And there's also a rule about you can drink alcohol in public, not at 5, but at I can't remember which age it was, but you can drink alcohol in public before 18, but somebody has to buy it for you and they have to stay with you while you're drinking it. So somebody, you know, old enough to buy has to buy it for you, has to stay with you while drinking it. But yeah, there are some interesting laws around alcohol in the UK. That's Alien a thing. Blazing Saddles, oh, that's a classic, isn't it? Oof. Rocky, Rambo, Double Impact, yeah. Van Damme, why? Because he looks like me. Yeah, I think the same could be said for music. It's the memories. Yeah, for sure. There's certain things you have a personal connection with, even if they're not strictly speaking good in that sense, but they just mean something to you on such a deep level that you have, you know, you love it. You know, you like something beyond more than the fact that it does anything particularly good. And of course, your favorite movies could still be good as well. I ain't saying that, but it's more so the personal connection rather than the fact that it's a good movie. Action would be Jan Zonda Vries, also known as John the Fearless. Okay, I don't believe I've heard of that movie. John the Fearless. 1984. The Dutch film, an animated Belgian film. Oh, well, sorry, Dutch. It's not a Dutch film. Sorry, it's a Belgian film. Belgium? No, wait. Belgian. Excuse me. It's a Belgian film. Yeah, you chat. But yeah, the Dutch is Jan van der Trees. Okay. 1984 animated Belgian film. It is notable for being the first feature-length animated film produced in Flanders in its entirety. It is based on a novel by Constant de Kinder and features voice work by Belgian character actor Jan de Cler. Okay. Things you need to drink I'll drink Coke. It's 0 because sugar, and so if you don't mix, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Make sure you don't find out that rule then about drinking from 5 years old. Mom, but it says here. Like, favorite movie is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I still ain't even seen that yet, you know. Bloody hell, man. I'm lacking behind on some of these classics. You prefer music or films as a form of entertainment, relaxation? Classic films, love that one. The Departed is also in there. Oh, Departed, yeah. I know that film, yeah. I'm just blanking on who's in it, but yeah, I know the film. Do I prefer music or movies for this? Kind of varies. I guess probably more music in terms of what I would go to the most for relaxation, just because it's a little bit easier accessible. You know, a movie you kind of have to make a bit of time for and that whole thing, whereas music you pretty much just put on. And especially like not all songs have words in it, so you don't necessarily have to like be fully focused on everything. And you can find like calming music on YouTube or your streaming apps and just like put that on in the background and that whole thing. So yeah, I'll say music. No films you've not seen yet. Don't forget the Dream Team. The Dream Team. I guess I have forgotten the Dream Team actually, to be honest with you, because I have to look it up real quick. 1989, the Dream Team. Comedy, screwball comedy. Michael Keaton, Christopher Lloyd, Peter Boyle, and Stephen Burst. Directed by Howard Zeef. Alright. It's got a good cast. Yeah, there's another current cast here. Kylie Mel turned 55 yesterday. Happy birthday, Kylie. Yeah, I know you like her. Hey, Kylie's a legend, though. Kylie's a legend. 55 years old, bro, and she is banging. $55 old, she ain't missed a day. I'm just saying. She's also indeed Shawshank Redemption. Also, yeah, Shawshank. Oh man. But yeah, I do like Kylie, both musically and, you know. But let me stop talking before I say something. Oh, Misery, yeah, that's a good one. Oof. Nah, Misery is well. What does everyone call McDonald's for sure? I've heard people use Mackey's, Mickey D's, Macca's. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, I've probably heard all those as well, but in terms of what I would say, I don't know. I think I'd just say McDonald's. Like, I don't think I probably have shortened that at some point, I'm sure. But I feel like most times I would just say McDonald's. Or if anything, I might say Mackie D's or McD's. I think I might say McD's from time to time. Yeah, I think I might say McD's, but most times I think I just say McDonald's. I don't eat at McDonald's too often though, so there, you know. Misery is proof you can make. Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's like what, two? Well, there's more than two people, but there's two people in like the vast majority of the film. And then of course you got the cop and the wife and everything else. But yeah, like the vast majority of the movie is just two people, and yeah. Mackey's. Unless that's the Italian way of pronouncing it. Ma cheese. In Australia, they have a copy of Burger King, but it's called Hungry Jack's. It's when you rip somebody off, but you don't get sued. Alright, guys. Yo, what up, Grom? Yo, what up? How you doing? I was actually just getting ready to log off, and then old work colleague coming through. What up, Grom? Yeah, I'm doing alright, man. I'm doing alright. You know, still pimping myself out in YouTube, as you can see. But yeah, I'm doing alright, man. Man, let's see. I would have seen you last, like, oh, it's gotta be close to 10 years ago now, I reckon. It's gotta be like close to 10 years ago since I left that place. I'm assuming you've left there too, by the way. Like, I hope you're not still there. But if you are, then I hope you're enjoying it. I mean, but how you doing? What's keeping you busy these days? Protect Anne Wilkes at all costs. She was just misunderstood. I mean, she was no, I don't know. I feel like they understood her quite well, to be honest. Like, I think they understood her quite well. She was just she was just very passionate. Very passionate. Really wanted that book to come out, you know. She really wanted to know what happened next. Just a little bit too much. Yo, what up, Fred? I left in 20. Okay, so about a year after I did. Cool. Very much, mate. Same. What about you? Let's see. Okay, well, actually, one sec. There you watch something, please, and thank you. Yo, what up, Fred? Yeah, we just watched Conan the Barbarian. But yeah, just about wrapping up now. But yeah, now these days I am, well, like I say, pimping myself out on YouTube. So I do this. We're streaming 3 times a week, watch movies, watch TV shows, play some games. I've got a few other channels on YouTube as well, which, you know, if you want to check out, that'd be awesome. I've got a movie channel where I take the piss out of movies a lot. You know, I make fun of movies. And, you know, hopefully we're making some good points along the way as well. It's not all taking the piss. It's not all taking the piss. But yeah, I spend a lot of time pointing out, like nitpicking and making jokes about films. So yeah, check it out. Also got a podcast. I got a podcast. That's also links in the description as well. So yeah, check that out too. Geek podcast, Geek and Internet Culture podcast. I interview people. I've got an interview coming out this Wednesday, which should be interesting to say the least. But yeah, we also do like reviews. We talk about shows and other stuff, and we try to talk about it in depth and that kind of thing. And also various other topics that come up as well. But yeah, man, that'd be me. That'd be me. Patience a good choice of words, right? Can't do the YouTube pimping like you. Well, I try, man. I try. Awesome. But yeah, it's that time, guys. It's that time. Gonna start winding down, wrapping up. Next live stream tomorrow, 8 p.m. at GMT. Watching the next few episodes of the X-Files. So make sure you got that ready on Zero to watch along. But if not, you can still come along and have some fun. If you're off, mate, need to sleep. Nah, yeah, I get that. It's late, dude. It's late. I appreciate coming through, man. Big up, man, like Grom. Nice weather indeed. Any works was not crazy. She had a hard life. She had I think, no, I can't remember the exact story, but yeah, I think they do say something. I think she mentioned something, if I remember correctly. I don't know, I might be misremembering, to be honest, but yeah. If they didn't mention it, I'm sure it's implied. You know, she had it tough, She needed help. She needed help and understanding, and kindness and compassion is what she really needed. Instead of judgment and vitriol, you know. This world was not fair to Annie Wilkes. But yeah, next live stream due tomorrow, X-Files. But for now, guys, you've been awesome as always. Appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. The village is strong. Until whenever, if ever, hopefully tomorrow. Peace.